Hey there, Nameless Queer here. I probably look a little bit different from the last time that I made a video. I don't really remember. It's been a long time, and I always apologize for it and say that I'm gonna forever start doing it every single month or every week, blah blah blah. But truth is, who knows when I will make another video. But I do apologize for not being, timely with my videos. It's a way of life, whatevs. I'm not doing this every week. I may, who knows, I may start one day. Anyways, so a lot of things have happened since, last vlog. I guess one significant thing that happened last few weeks was that I went to the Trans Health Conference. It was super exciting. It was in Philadelphia, and it was just really, really great. I got to meet a lot of people that were super cool. I got to go to great workshops. There was 1,000 workshops, and I just didn't know which one to go to. And there were very many workshops that were specifically people of color oriented, which made me super happy. And I got to bond with people and learn from people. It was a beautiful thing. It was super beautiful. Yeah. And at the conference, pretty much at every workshop or session, at most sessions, there were you got to say your pronouns and whatnot. And I started using a new pronoun. I have, in the past I have, or right for the last year, I guess I haven't been using he as a pronoun. Although most people do still refer to me by he, regardless of whether they met me in the last year or not. Yeah. But yeah, so, I actually go by they or Z with an X, because I have too many Z's already in my legal name. And, yeah, and or now I'm also going by, I go by my name or by cutie, because I definitely identify as a cutie. And I'm really, really not offended when someone refers to me that way. So, it's totally okay. Yeah. Identify as pretty. That's what I tell myself every day. So yeah, at the workshop, at the conference, I got to go to some femme workshops, which was really exciting because for a while I had been identifying with femme identity, and just because I guess for me what that meant was just that I really feel a connection to femininity, and I feel like I am feminine by the standards of mainstream American culture. I'm quote unquote stereotypically feminine, and I guess I'm sort of flamboyant in many ways, and I somewhat identify as something of a dandy, although sometimes not as dapper. Sometimes a little dirtier, because I'm a little punky sometimes. This is not super dapper, the hair. But whatever. I'm not always clean shaven. I'm a little dirty, raunchy. But yeah, I think the key thing in my feminist is that I always aim for fabulous. So, yeah, pretty much. So I think though that sometimes I kind of identify as femme, but then I'm always often perceived as butch, which is interesting and confusing to me often. But yeah, I think it's interesting, and it makes me aware of myself and my actions. And so I feel like I've been paying attention to the way I act, and I do notice that, there are times where I put on some butch, it depends on the context, the atmosphere where I am. It also depends, sometimes it has to do with, safety reasons, and, often in our society, when we want to portray, security or safety or, strength, we put on this, hyper masculine kind of violent demeanor. That's kind of don't fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck you up, kind of like that. And yeah, I'm guilty of it. I do it sometimes, as a safety defense mechanism kind of thing. But yeah, I think so. I think I'm kind of deconstructing everything a little much, but it's that's how it is. It is how it is. And so I think that I'm somewhat identifying as a butch now, because I'm pretty femme, but I'm also kind of butch. And it's also a really cute word, right? Butch. Come on. So yeah, that's my gender related stuff. In terms of like other trans related things, I don't know, I guess. I still haven't had top surgery. I don't know. I have no idea whether or not I will ever get top surgery. Some days I feel fine about it. Some days I feel super empowered and like, because I don't particularly identify specifically as a man, but then I have like male privilege because I'm perceived as a dude, and then but then I don't want to not be in like women's spaces, and I know that's super problematic, and I shouldn't, like, if there are spaces that are specifically designated as women's spaces, I generally keep out, and also even spaces that are specifically like man spaces, as opposed to like trans masculine, or if they're like cis man spaces. I usually kind of try to stay out, but like, I don't know, it feels weird because I not adhering to the binary it means that you're not welcomed in a lot of spaces, and I don't know, I guess I don't know what to do about that. And sometimes I think about like whether or not I want to stay on testosterone, because I mean, from testosterone, mostly what I wanted was like the voice, and I mean the hair too is pretty sexy. I'm just saying, it's pretty sexy. But yeah, but now that I have like the body like fat like rearrangement, like I don't know if I would be able to go back to having my body be different and like less muscular and less and more like subcutaneous fat, and like I don't know how I would feel. But I don't think that's something I'm prepared. I also don't want to menstruate. I do not want to menstruate. And I think that's, like, if I could get maybe like a hysterectomy, like right now, maybe I would consider like getting off T, but I don't think I would be able to do that. Sorry, I'm feeling a little emotional thinking about it. Yeah. But yeah, those are some of the things that I've been going through. I have thought a lot about like top surgery, because I would love to like be able to just kind of be dude like, even though I don't identify with man, I identify more with words like dude or guy or bro. And so, it's a thing I have to think about a lot. Yeah. In terms of other aspects of my life, I will soon be looking for another job, which is fine. If anything, I can always go back to tutoring in September. I just moved to this lovely space in Brooklyn. Not to be a cool kid or gentrify, but because my friend needed a roommate and because I needed to get out. And so, I'll take this risk of moving out when I'm not fully employed. But, yeah, it'll be a mistake I need to make. Whatevs. Relationship-wise, I don't know, I had a rough thing, and I kind of just, I stopped dating for a while, but now I'm trying to start dating again, because I want to, and I just really want to, I do, and also just having sex. I do want to continue to have sex. I haven't really been having as much sex as I had last year, which was awesome, but yeah, this year's been interesting. Anyways, I'm glad folks are watching. I'm gonna try to make a Spanish language vlog, and have a great summer if it's summer in your part of the world. If not, have a great winter. Or if you're watching this at a completely other time, have a great day or